have you managed to bump into Tiger this week? Have you talked to him?
No, I've seen him from afar, but he's in the zone. I haven't spoken to Tiger this week, unfortunately, but I'm sure he's still hurting from 19 years ago losing to me. But it's been fantastic. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. Um, it kind of it's been put in my back of my memory, and now being here for the last couple of days, I'm going to leave on Saturday. I've got other commitments, but I'm going to enjoy the next 2 days watching the boys play, and I think close to even par is going to win. And I think after talking to the players, they kind of agree. The locker room talk we call it. It's going to be even par. I think is going to win this tournament.
Well, I mean, you finished at even par back in 2005, didn't you?
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's
that's
right.
that's
Yeah.
always been just about good enough at Pinehurst. Let take me back to 2005. How did it feel the first time that you walked into the golf course? Did you have any idea that something very, very special was about to happen?
Look, I was going into the event. I was feeling pretty confident. My goal before it started was top 10. Um, and I thought top 10 was going to be a good result. And after 3 rounds, I'm coming third. So I had to reset my goal. And the thing is that, Retief Kusin was like 4 shots ahead of me. So I resigned the fact that he's going to win because he's defending champion. He won 2 US Opens before. He's a very good friend of mine. Him and I, he's one of my closest friends on tour. And we had lunch together before the final round. We were just hanging out and and he seemed pretty relaxed and pretty determined and very focused. And so was I, obviously. But I just said, okay, top three is going to be a good result for me. And all of a sudden, I think after 6 holes, maybe he fell apart. Um, his playing partner, Jason Gore, fell apart. My playing partner, Olin Brown, fell apart. And all of a sudden, there was two left. There was myself and Tiger left because the other guys in the field were like, I think third was like 5 shots behind us. So it was just a battle between, you know, uh, Tiger and I for the last probably about 12 or 13 holes.
I mean, this is Tiger playing an unbelievable brand of golf. This is peak Tiger, really, chasing you down a couple of shots behind, but playing in front of you. The crowd is going wild. You can hear the classic Tiger roar every time you're trying to line up one of your shots. How distracting was that? And how did you keep your cool in that moment?
Well, I'm into psychology. I love that stuff. I read books about psychology because the mind is so powerful, right? Um, if you think you can do it, you can. If you think you can't, you can as well. As simple as that. But there's one thing I must say that I want to share with you is that once again, no one taught me this. I kind of reversed it. So every time I hear the cheers and the roars, as you say, it's a tiger roar. It's different than a normal roar in the crowd. I diverted that energy towards me, and so every time he had a good tee shot or hit it close or hold a putt for birdie, I was thanking them for their applause. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? Because normally you'll be intimidated, but I use it to my advantage during those last 9 holes, and it worked. So there you go.
I mean, these days you go back there and, the crowd, they know who you are. I feel like this week, surely you're getting a lot of, respects. But back then, particularly on that kind of that front nine holes in the final round, it felt like the crowd was focused on everybody else rather than on you.
Which is great. I think it was a great version, a great distraction that I was, the underdog, obviously, and he was the favorite to win it and the crowd's favorite, which is fair enough. I mean, of course, he just won Augusta, I think 2 months before,
Hmm.
and number one in the world. He was the hottest player, you know, during that time. Um, and so he deserved that accolade. And I just kept under the radar and just kept it pretty quiet to myself. And I mean, there was I think 55,000 people there that day, the final day. 50,000 was following Tiger and 5,000 following me. So it was pretty obvious who they wanted to win. So, but to me, it's a great distraction. because no one expected me to win. I mean, I had low expectations until probably the last 46 holes, where I thought I got a chance to beat him, and I managed to do that.
And that is Steve Williams, a fellow Kiwi.
Let's pull the boys alone, mate. Too far back.
You bet they've got some pride down in New Zealand.
You had, that moment, the putt drops, you hug your caddy, and then you celebrate with Tiger's caddy, also a Kiwi. What did he say to you? I mean, that's such a special moment to have a fellow New Zealander there, in this massive moment for Kiwi sport.
I remember the conversation very well. He hugged me. He said, "Well done, Michael." He said, "You're going to make New Zealand very, very proud." That's what he said to me. And I nodded, and that's when I started crying again, because obviously I was very emotional anyway, and so that triggered me to even cry more. So, but yeah, I mean, but the thing that I really admire about Tiger, that he came on the prize presentation. Look at all the different majors. Augusta, the Open, the USPGA only have the winner on the green, 18th green. You don't see second or third place there, do you? You think about it, right? But he turned up. He turned up. He was there next to me, and I thought that's a wonderful gesture. And then about, I don't know, 2 months later, I asked a question. I said, "Why? Why did you turn up for?" And then obviously it's the Kiwi connection with Stevie. And he said to me to show my respect. And I thought, wow, that's really, really cool to have one of the greatest players in the world turn up because it must have killed him to be there, honestly, I think. Anyway, maybe not, but anyway, that's my opinion. It must have killed him. Because he's obviously pretty pissed off. It's pretty powerful, isn't it? He was obviously pissed off. He lost, but he was there for me. So that's an unforgettable memory. That he stood there next to me. It was nice.
That's incredible. What a gesture. And I mean, for you to win that major, but also to do it against, one of the greatest of all time, that must make it even more special for you, really.
Yeah, well, it's quite funny when people ask me about my career and I say, "Oh yeah, I won a major. Which one?" And I say the US Open. They go, "Okay, that's nice." And every time I say that, "Oh, Tiger came second," that's when they're really impressed. Not that I actually won the US Open, that I beat Tiger in a major.